I am looking for you. If you like to dance as much as I do, if you like the clean air next to the ocean as much as I do, if you like to be in the mountains and sleep through the night after an exciting day of adventure as much as I do, then you're the right match for me. I'd love to meet you, best within the next 6 months. Exact time and date are irrelevant. I'm available. Anyone hoping now that I'm not giving a talk on organ donation, but I'm giving a talk on how to improve your Tinder matches? I'm not. But we can chat about that later anyway. So, to give you some background on me, because I'm not a doctor, I'm not an inventor, I have not founded a startup. But nevertheless, I think this topic is important to address, especially at the moment in Germany. So I want to give you some backup story about me, so that you know why this story is important to my heart. So basically, I was born with a winning lottery ticket. I was loved and wanted in a country where there was no war and a very stable healthcare system. This winning lottery ticket, though, had a little hook to it. Because the gene combination I have inherited was not a winner. So now you might look at me and you're like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. You're average heights, now with the heels you're even taller. You have legs, you have arms, you have a face, you have boobs, I mean, it works. Yeah. From the outside it works. From the inside, it does not. It is actually a very dark place in my case. My sodium chloride channels are blocked, or don't even build up. That means that my digestive system and my lungs are blocked by heavy mucus. So to some of you, maybe it's difficult to imagine what the consequences are then in reality or in daily life. Well, the consequences are, for example, that my first boyfriend always called me his little salty pie. So now you might ask yourself, why did he do that? Well, because I taste very, very salty. Does not matter at the moment anyway. It does not, inhabit you and like how you act every day. But this is the first sign, and this is how it was detected back in the days when the doctors did not have the instruments they have today. There hasn't been a day in my life I did not take medicine. I can swallow up to 15 pills at once, and I know all about physiotherapy. So this is what the consequences with cystic fibrosis can be. And as you grow older, another consequence can be that you need a lung transplant. And this is the reason the topic is very close to my heart. So, I don't just want to talk to you generally about organs or organ donation. Actually, for you today, I brought 3 points. So the first one is, don't think it's about someone else. The second one is, we can do better. And the third one is, back to the future. But before we go into my 3 points, I'd like to give you the current state of organ donation in Germany at the moment. So if you imagine that 2010, there were about 1,300 people who were organ donors after they've passed away. In 2017, we had 800. That's a difference of 500 people not donating organs after they've passed away. I mean, we're in Mannheim, you're all smart students. Now you can start calculating if one human organ donor can save about 7 lives, how many lives were not saved? So, Given those numbers, I think it's important that you realize, don't think it's just about someone else. Does anyone know anyone who's ever been on a waiting list for a new organ, or who still is? There we have quite a few people. Well, since that person you know, or maybe it's yourself, has been in that situation, I can imagine your views might have changed. Or it was even the first time you thought about that topic generally. Well, I experienced that many people haven't thought about it. And that often, as I did, people think, well, it's not going to happen to me, it'll happen to someone else. Till I was 27, I was doing fine. I did my therapy, I was studying, I started full-time work. I thought I wouldn't be the someone else. And all of a sudden, after a row of long infections, treatments, and medicine, I hit bottom. With the lung capacity of 25% and 24 hours of oxygen, it is challenging to manage your daily life. So to give you a feel for it, I'm wearing really high heels today. I really enjoy that. I couldn't have at the time, because it would have cost me too much oxygen to wear those shoes. I'm wearing a fairly tight jacket. I couldn't have worn it, because I would have felt tied in, that I would have even less air than it felt like. Getting to my parents' second floor with the stairs, let me tell you, I know how it feels like to climb Mount Everest. But I did not have the same view in the end. I just got to the second floor. So that was the situation I was in, physically. And that was the moment I realized, it's not about someone else this time. It's about me. And now you might all think, well, Lorena, sorry about your story, but you have a gene defect. I don't. Well, organ donation is not just a topic for people with a gene defect. Maybe you've taken your last flu not seriously enough, and your heart muscle has a very bad inflammation. Maybe you were in an accident and you lost your kidneys, and all of a sudden you're in need of a new kidney. Maybe an illness hit you out of the blue you hadn't seen coming. I bet that neither Roland Kaiser, Selena Gomez, or Steve Jobs had seen it coming, that they'd be waiting for a lung, for a kidney, or for a liver. And they were all transplanted in the end. So now, just in case some of you have the thought about, well, you're talking about stars, that's different. Well, let me tell you, in the case of Roland Kaiser, in Germany, I can vouch for it. It does not matter whether you have money or you're famous. We had the same doctor. And I know the room he stayed in after he'd been transplanted. And let me tell you, it's a fucking ugly room. And there are 3 other patients. And this is one situation in your life where the CV does not matter. It does not matter whether you're rich. It does not matter whether you're smart. It just matters how you take your medication or whether you find the perfect match. In this case, it's often just by luck. And let me tell you, I think we can do better. We can do better here in Germany. In Spain, more than 4 times as many people serve as organ donors after they've passed away. More than 4 times. Why is that? Well, the answer, I think one of the possible answers, there are always more reasons, but in this case I'd say one is, the default setting. You all know your default settings from Facebook, from your mobile phones, from wherever. You have default settings. Well, in Spain, the setting says once you're born, yes, I want to be an organ donor. But you can opt out anytime you want. And this is the setting also in Austria, in Croatia, in Portugal, in more than 17 European countries. What does the mode say in Germany? It says maybe. It says maybe, and in doubt, no. So you need to decide throughout your lifetime, and you need to document it on a little piece of paper, for example, like this one. You need to document it, whether you want to become an organ donor or not. And if you don't, your close ones get to decide after you've passed away. You know how many people in Germany have documented their decision? 36%. I think we can do better than that. I think we can all make a decision, and I think we should. Because by wasting time in this case, we're losing people. To be exact, we're losing 3 people each day. So, let's make our decision now. Let's change the default in the future. And make it easy to also for everyone to adjust to their own opinion. Because I have the greatest respect for everyone who does not want to become an organ donor, but who has informed them well, and not based on fake facts, but on real facts, and who still comes to the conclusion after asking him or herself, how would I act if I were the one on the waiting list? How would I like my friends, my family, and others to act if I were on the waiting list? Because as I said in my first point, don't think it's only about someone else. So, my third point. Back to the future. Already for the past 50 years, organs have been transplanted in Germany. And it's given so many people so many years to live. But if I'd had the chance to sit right next to Michael J. Fox in his time machine and travel to the future, and maybe there having a printer printing a new pair of lungs, I'd do it. Because this is a solution I'll be hoping for. And I'm sure that one day this debate and this talk will be obsolete, because there will be a different solution. But today, there is no different solution. The more than 10,000 people on the waiting list today just have a chance if people actually decide what they want to do with their organs after they've passed away. So, this is just one aspect of the system. We still need to improve the structures in our hospital and the organ system itself. This is also something which needs to be more transparent, and we need to rebuild trust. There still needs to be more information out there and campaigns so everyone feels well informed. And everyone has the feeling he or she can make a decision properly, based on facts, on ideas, on whatever they need to take that. But I also say we need to change our default. Because changing one after another and then observing how it works or not, as you might do it often in science, doesn't work here. It doesn't apply. Because during that time, we're losing people. And here we actually have a chance of saving them. We actually can do something, each and every one of us. I'm looking for you. If you like to dance as much as I do, if you like the fresh air next to the ocean as much as I do, if you like being in the mountains and sleeping through the night after an exciting day of adventure, as much as I do, you're the right match for me. On the 27th of July 2015, I got my saving call. I was successfully transplanted that very same day, a double lung transplant. After pain and medicine and following loads of rules, I am so grateful because it gave me the chance of celebrating my 32nd birthday. It gave me the chance of being maid of honor at my best friend's wedding and dancing, crazily, because the new lungs which were built in, they were fabulous. So much air. Probably better than some of you guys with your own. It gave me the chance and made me excited going to work every day. It's still giving me the chance of planning holidays and planning at all. I got the chance. More than 10,000 people just in Germany are waiting for theirs. Thank you for your attention.